Hey, what's up lawn care nuts, and good morning. It is December 5th. Welcome to Christmas time in Florida. So I'm going to give you an update on the grow today, and it's not going exactly as planned, but it's going good enough. So here we go. You can see the stand looks really good from this view. Came in awesome here. I'm going to have to cut it today. Came in really well here. I did a complete video on spraying weeds, which I'm going to post for you probably in the next week or two. But you can see here that came in really nice in through here. Interestingly enough, I got a little heavy-handed with the weed control right there and caused some damage, but that's going to come back. And then down through here, you can see where I've got some issues where this little plant right here, even though I trimmed it up and I've pruned it more since, has caused enough shade to be thrown in this area that we're thin. In fact, I'm learning that Bermuda grass is really a tough animal, and some of you have told me that. Being all my expertise is in the north, a lot of what I do here translates, but the level of patience that I have to have for the results does not translate. With Bermuda seed, and probably Bermuda in general, the patience level has to be tenfold what it is in the north. In fact, here's an example of just how sensitive this grass is to shade, and I know some of you warned me about this. My car sits right there and throws a shadow right here, and look, that's a thin area. So look, right, it's pretty decently thick up through there, and then right here where the shadow gets cast during the day, depending where the sun moves, it's thin. Now that is a sensitive grass type. The worst part is up here, and I've got a lot going on here. This was completely saturated with weeds just about 10 days ago, and I've gone ahead and zorched them out of there. And again, I got a video coming about that. But because I waited so long, and that's my fault, I waited so long to eradicate the weeds, I waited too long actually, they actually shaded out the grass that came here. I had incredible germination in through here. In fact, this was the thickest part, but I didn't get to these weeds in time. The weeds came in, they crowded out the grass and literally shaded the Bermuda out, and now it's sparse, if at all, here. But that's okay. This is going to be a challenge for next year. And again, nobody says that you're going to build a lawn overnight. And so this is part of what I'm learning here is with northern turf grasses, I can pretty much create a lawn within a month, and it looks really good and it's pretty easy to maintain. With this Bermuda though, it's going to take a lot more work. But of course, this sounds like I'm getting depressed, and some of you mentioned in my last video that I looked like I was angry, and I was, but really this is just a bigger challenge for me and more excitement. I mean, what would I do if this grew in perfectly and looked like a golf course overnight? I mean, I might have to end up like doing orchid grow videos or something. And one other thing I'm going to do is, because I've got shade that runs right in through there, it's from the cans and from the portocarpus, right? Portocarpus or portocopus or whatever they call it right there. I've got to go ahead and put in a nice border right here. The fence shades it too, so I'm going to have to put in a border here. And just go ahead and make this nice and pretty, and I'll probably loop it around there, and then I'm going to do a little bit better border around the tree there. I'm pretty sure that this area over here that's been struggling from the shade of this sea grape is going to come back no problem. I'll just have to fight with it a little bit, but I'll be okay, especially when we get to spring and summer where we have longer days and the sun itself is in a little different position in the sky. That's another thing to keep in mind. We have shorter days here in the winter, as well as the sun is in a different positioning in the sky. So this will get full sun once we get into spring and even into summer next year. And truth be told, I'm past the hard part. Now it's just a matter of maintaining this lawn properly, getting it to thicken up naturally over time, using my philosophies of hybrid organic lawn care. So this is really going right into where we need to go in. This was only step one, the most difficult part, the most labor intense part. The rest is going to be all fun. And then back here in the back, I went ahead and totally gave up back here. We just had too much shade from the fence and then from the building here. It didn't get enough direct sun. It's pretty much in direct sun right now. This is the only area that really gets all sun all the time. This over here only gets about a half day as the sun moves across and then the fence shades it. So I went ahead and went back to plan B, which was to put my lemon trees in here. And so what I'll do eventually here is I'll go ahead and put this Florida stone across this entire area, make it nice and bright white and pretty. Maybe put some border plants in here, but this will not be turf. But I really like this Florida stone. I know some people don't like it. It's like seashells. But what's cool is the longer it sits in the sun, the whiter it gets. And I think it looks really good as long as you keep it clean. Not to mention, it's fairly inexpensive. So the key to today's video is all about patience and don't get discouraged. I'm actually saying this for myself more than anything, but I know that if I feel this way, because I'm the freaking lawn care nut, right? If I feel this way, I know that some of you do too. The key is that you have to persevere. You have to keep going. These are living things, and they're not going to be perfect. It's almost like a marriage. You have to work on a marriage continually to make it perfect. And at any rate, it will never be perfect, but it can be as good as it can be the harder you work. Okay, well, pardon the interruption. I was going to do a quick mow, but I think we might have a situation right now. Leaking gas, wouldn't start. I thought maybe something was wrong with the mulch plug. I think it's got a safety on it where if the mulch plug's not in right, it won't start. So I thought it was that. No, start smelling gas. I got some pretty major leakage here. Not sure what's going on, but okay, well I didn't give up and I got it running. I think what we had was a clogged air filter in conjunction with I didn't have the mulch plug in and I cranked on it a lot, and so therefore I flooded the heck out of it, like really bad. Pretty sure that's all it is. Now back to our normally scheduled programming. I'm really looking forward to the next video because it solves a problem that we've had for a while. I've been looking for a while for a distributor who would sell professional lawn products to homeowners, and I finally found one, or actually they found me, and I'm going to introduce you to them in the next video. It solves one of the big problems we've always had here with the channel, where sometimes I need things that aren't available in big box stores and I want to recommend something, but it's got to be something that you guys can get a hold of too. And that's the problem I've had, and these guys solve it for me in a great way. So stay tuned for the next video and make sure you subscribe so you can get that information, as well as how I sprayed weeds here in my new grow. Also, more stickers are going out, about 50 a week. I'm stuffing and addressing as fast as I can.